So this weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Daytona International Speedway for the annual Coke Zero Sugar 400, which is also the regular season finale. So there's a lot of storylines heading into this race, especially the playoff cut line battle. So Bubba Wallace is above the cut line, I think by 30 points or something, with Ty Gibbs, and then Daniel Suarez there as well. But there's two Hendrick Motorsports drivers that are below the cut line. One of those being the number 9 of Chase Elliott, NASCAR's most popular driver, and then the other one is Alex Bowman in the 48. They're both in must-win situations over 100 points back below the cut line. I think 21st and maybe 22nd, there's their points position, so they've got to get through a lot of cars. And now this video is going to be kind of a theory of mine that NASCAR could possibly sort of rig the Daytona race this weekend, and it involves the number 9 of Chase Elliott. So if you remember back in 2013, I think it was, already 10 years ago, Jeff Gordon missed the chase, where there was 12 cars in the chase. He was P13 in the points, and NASCAR randomly invented a wild card spot just for Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon wasn't exactly the most popular driver. I mean, that honors went to Dale Earnhardt Jr., but this is definitely going to be a controversial video considering it's involving the most popular driver in NASCAR. I know a lot of Chase Elliott fans are going to be mad at this video, and just call me a stupid JGR fan, but I don't really care. This is my theory and what could possibly, I'm not saying it's going to happen, could possibly happen this weekend, considering the Jeff Gordon thing happened in 2013. That never happened, then I probably wouldn't be making this video, but I'm just going to talk about it. So you remember back in 2022, the Pocono race, Denny Hamlin won the race, Kyle Busch finished second, two of the most least popular and most hated drivers. Who finished third? Chase Elliott. Who were the drivers disqualified? Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Chase Elliott ended up winning the race technically. I'm going to tell you for a fact, if Chase Elliott won the race, had the exact same issue that the Joe Gibbs Racing cars had, he would not have been penalized. I mean, you saw the Hendrick Motorsports issues. I think Chase Elliott might have gotten penalized for the Phoenix thing, then they got rid of that penalty. But then William Byron and then Alex Bowman got another penalty later in the year, but the 9 of Chase Elliott didn't get that one. So Chase Elliott hasn't faced any penalty like that this year. So yeah, I would have bet on the fact that they wouldn't have penalized or done anything, even if it was maybe even a little bit worse. I'm just saying, just my theory here. So just now back to the Daytona thing. NASCAR might allow the number 9 car to go by Tech with just a few illegal things, even if he wins the race or something like that, comes in P3. I wouldn't be surprised if something that was on the number 9 car was allowed, but something on, I don't know, the number 11 car wasn't allowed. So NASCAR has Chase Elliott as the favorite to win this weekend, but he's wrecked in the last 4 Daytona races, which is every single next-gen race. So Chase Elliott has 0 career wins at Daytona, and he's the favorite to win this week. I can tell you for a fact that he probably wouldn't be the favorite to win this weekend if, he had already 2 wins with 7th in points locked into the playoffs. He'd probably be down in like 15th or something with Martin Truex Jr., who has basically like the same Daytona stats as Chase Elliott. I know in this video you're seeing Chase Elliott is leading, but that's because he started second or something. So yeah, that's controlled by the fans mostly, I think, the odds. So, but that's a little bit surprising there. I mean, there's probably a lot of Chase Elliott fans just voting for their favorite driver to win the race. But yeah, a little bit surprising there. So I would not be one bit surprised if NASCAR let the number 9 car go by a little bit. That would be actually technically rigging the race since they're letting an illegal car go. But you never know. I've seen other people say this could happen. I do not disagree at all. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to let him take off the spoiler, put 1,000 horsepower into the race car, and let him go lap the field 15 times, but I'm saying just a little bit of a thing that could let him lead pretty nice for a while and let him dominate the race. I think NASCAR could let that happen. And here's another reason why. So during the time Chase Elliott was out due to injury, and then also that one race he got suspended after the Coke 600, the ratings went way down for NASCAR. But when he came back, ratings are back up as usual, as the usual ratings. So that really was a big trend there. I saw every single race that he wasn't in, basically. Ratings were down, but every other race he was in, ratings were about the same or even a little bit up. So yeah, that's definitely some evidence that he's the most popular driver. And I don't think NASCAR really wants to have their most popular driver out of the playoffs. That'll be pretty horrible for ratings, so you never know. There's no evidence to see what would happen if Chase Elliott missed the playoffs, since he's never missed them before. This would be his first year if he doesn't win at Daytona that he would miss them. So, but you never know what could happen. NASCAR could let him cheat a little bit. I mean, unless he goes out, dominates, somehow pulls away from the field, we probably wouldn't notice, because Daytona is the track you don't notice cheating at all, and it really doesn't benefit you a lot. considering, you know, you're probably going to get taken out in a wreck anyways if you're in the front early in the race. So that's how it usually goes at Daytona, so you probably won't even notice if he's cheating. But NASCAR would definitely know because they got pre-race tech, post-race tech. I think a little bit of a thing that's cheating with the number 9 car would pass tech, but if you go on maybe the number 54 car Ty Gibbs, or maybe even the 41 car of Ryan Preece, that would be flagged, and then they would be disqualified or something like that. Just because they don't want their most popular driver missing the playoffs, because, you know, they already have some evidence of what would happen if he misses stuff, which is races, and the TV ratings went way down. So I don't think that would be as bad as that if he missed the playoffs, considering he's still racing. But I don't think the TV ratings would be too great. And that's honestly the last thing that NASCAR needs at this point. More TV ratings going down at the end of the season. For the last 10 races, all the ratings are down. That would be pretty bad for them. And I think Chase Elliott missing the playoffs would really set that off. And would be really one of the only things that actually set that off. So yeah, that'll be basically it for this video. Just a little speculation with me and NASCAR with Chase Elliott this weekend at Daytona. Could they be letting him cheat? You never know. I mean, they probably, if I had to guess, they wouldn't. But, you know, if they got a little bit greedy with the TV ratings, maybe. You could see the number 9 cars somehow dominate at Daytona and win the race if everything goes well and it's a very unchaotic race. But, you know, the last Daytona summer race that started raining, everybody crashed, and there's about 10 cars running at the finish. So you never know what could happen at Daytona. And we'll just have to see how this weekend goes. Don't base any cheating off of qualifying, because all the Hendrick cars are always fast qualifying. The only thing I would say to base that off of is if Chase Elliott's the pole sitter, but all the Hendrick cars are 15th on back. So that's basically just going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and tell me if you agree with this in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.